Welcome back to Access Middle East, the Davos Conversations. We're here in Dubai Mall. Now, Dubai Mall is the largest mall in the world, 1,200 retail outlets across 5.9 million square feet of retail space. Right now, you're in the middle of a massive expansion. How big is Dubai Mall going to be?
Well, today, this mall, of course, it's the largest mall in the world, but it's not largest, successful, growing every year. So we'll put another 30% on top of that, mainly to accommodate the traffic increase annually for the past 5 years. So our records show that traffic is getting higher by 18% a year. Retail sales up by about 18% a year on year. So therefore, I think we should just plan for our expansion to accommodate customer needs.
Where else are you looking to do the mall business? Are you looking to IPO?
We have, of course, we have neighborhood malls that we build in all of our communities, which is also sizable business. We are building a mall under construction in Egypt. We have a mall under construction in Turkey, and they're all very promising markets. Yes, I think we should seriously evaluate IPOing our retail business, because it's quite sizable and we think the market is good. So that's something that we should consider seriously, yes.
Where's the #1 country that you're not working in now that you'd like to work in over the next decade?
I would say Egypt. I'm working there, but I would like to expand my business in Egypt. Saudi Arabia is very interesting, without a doubt. Some of the African countries are very interesting. Some of the Soviet ex-republics, but I mean, these are markets that one have to really look at seriously.
You've spearheaded EMAAR's push into emerging markets, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan as well, India. But as we move into 2014, how vulnerable would you say these countries are going to be to tapering?
Well, I think these countries are large in size. I think economic fundamentals are not too bad, including Egypt as well. So we're quite sizable in Egypt. Same thing in India, even though India have gone through a tough 3 years, but we believe that 1.2 billion people are 1.2 billion people. You could have a government that's not doing a good job for 2 years or 3 years, even with the bureaucratic process in India. But I think at the end, India is a huge market for all of us. So I think the international market is an important market for our business.
Walk me through some of the pitfalls of investing in Egypt.
Well, I don't know what they talk when they talk about security. I go to Egypt all the time. I mean, we are the biggest builder in Egypt. Our sales in 2013, we had only 10 months of business, because 2 months it was all chaos, and our sales was $1 billion US. We have huge projects. Our sales have been good, but I think moving forward, I think we'll do so well. Keep in mind that we've been in Egypt for the past 7 years, and our land value went up by 700% in value. Our margin is incredible. So I am very bullish about Egypt. In fact, we are seriously considering quite a large expansion in Egypt. And I don't know which part of Cairo you've been to, but I know you've got issues and you hear about some incidents. Unfortunately, these things do happen, and I hope they don't stay too long, but I'm very bullish on Cairo. I was bullish, I'm still very bullish.
General Sisi has been discussed at great length in terms of being the next leader of Egypt, but that would be another military man in charge of that country. Would you say then that they need to look more to the business community in terms of getting the country back on track?
Well, listen, I'm Middle Eastern. A country like Egypt needs strong leadership to really just pull it out of this chaos. Now, at the same time, you have to take care of all the economic issues, from subsidy to education, and you know what? They will need time, and they will need support. And I always say one thing. I said, if somebody were to look at what's happening in the Middle East, I said, we almost need a Marshall Plan, where there's a big collaboration, a big focus, which like what the Marshall Plan was, that pulled Europe out of its trouble in the 30s. And I almost feel that there is a plan like that because Egypt
from the Gulf leaders.
I mean, all of us have to collaborate and all have to unite, because the other choice is pretty bad. So I would say that strong leadership is important. And I know, people talk about military, no military, I don't care. Strong leadership is a must, doing the right thing. And of course, you're going to sort all these other issues that will be maybe over 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
We've seen a lot of development between Gulf countries and Africa. Tell me specifically, where are the opportunities for a company like EMAAR in Africa?
Well, again, if you look at Africa and you look at fundamentals, people talk about corruption, people talk about political instability, security, but listen, these are young nations. They are improving every single day. So we should give them a break. They can never be UK tomorrow. They can never be France tomorrow. But if you look at their economic growth, you look at their population, you look at natural resources, it's all going in the right direction. So 5-6% GDP growth, and you've got major countries with a major population. Now, if you are up to that type of risk, you can understand it, you can take it, you can handle it, you can build the relationship, let it be, you can do it. But if you don't, then don't do it.
When you're talking about emerging markets, you have to mention Turkey. The success of Turkey's economy has really come from Erdogan's government. Would you say then that you're positive that this is going to be a trend that will continue? This is perhaps just a bump in the road.
Well, of course, I mean, investment sentiment is all driven by confidence and stability, political or economic stability. Turkey have done very well for us. We have a large project under construction now. It's about $2 billion US under construction. We're doing well. Of course, if the environment get destabilized, of course, it's dangerous. So we'll have to watch it carefully. I'm still bullish that Turkey will do well, and I hope they sort out their political issues, because that's a huge economy. Now, God forbid, something really disaster happen the coming 6 months or so, that'll be a serious matter. But also, the currency situation have to stabilize. We can't carry on with the situation, because we have customers who suddenly they are 15-18% down. So we are trying to give break to our customers.
What would you categorize as a black swan for the region in terms of a major upset?
Well, I think Syria is a major issue. I think stability in Iraq is also a major issue. But at the same time, I think people are really looking back at the past 4 years since we had the issues in Libya and Tunisia and Egypt. And I have no doubt that people are saying, listen, this trouble we can't afford, because we need stability to move forward faster. So I have a feel that I think a lot of people are saying, listen, we need to put things together, because we cannot handle so much trouble. That's why I believe more and more people thinking of a true unity, a true collaboration, Marshall Plan, that we really have to stabilize this environment, because we all have a stake in it.
Mohammed AlAbbar, thank you so much for joining Access Middle East.
Thank you so much.
That was our exclusive interview with EMAAR Chairman Mohammed AlAbbar. Be sure to tune in next time for all the latest insight and analysis, and send us your thoughts at accessmiddleeast@cnbc.com. Until next time, I'm Hadley Gamble in Dubai for Access Middle East.